Today on SoKY Sunrise.
A bittersweet moment. We talked to the very first individual to receive the COVID-19 vaccine at Med Center Health.
In the seat that I was sitting, Dr. Shadowin would have been there.
Plus, we wrap up night 1 of the Voice season finale and look ahead to the crowning of the season 19 winner tonight.
Then, how a local business and band have teamed up to help pay the utility bills for people in need this holiday season.
SoKY Sunrise starts right now.
Live from the German-American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green, this is SoKY Sunrise on WNKY NBC 40.
Good morning, SoKY Sunrisers. Today is Tuesday, December 15th, 2020. I'm your host, Tej Joshi.
And I'm Hannah McCall.
And we are celebrating what today?
National Cupcake Day.
Not only is it National Cupcake Day, it is also specifically National Lemon Cupcake Day. It's kind of a weird one.
I feel like they gave the lemon cupcake a national day maybe because people
I don't like lemon cupcakes. I don't know if it deserves one. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we love lemons today because it's National Lemon Cupcake Day.
So well, let's talk about cupcakes in general for a second here. Hannah, I know you're a cupcake. Your love of cupcakes go back a while, right?
It goes back a while. So I actually Instagram, my original Instagram handle was 21strawberry21 after the strawberry cupcake.
And okay, that's.
We don't want to go deeper into the story. They may find me weird out there. So.
Anyways, cupcakes, I'm a fan, but I think I like regular cake better. Yeah. How about you, Christy? How's your cupcake love?
I'm not too big on sweets, so I'm not a huge fan of cupcakes. I think I'd have to be like you and maybe go with the cake instead of the cupcake. But I would be down for some lemon cupcakes. I think that actually sounds pretty good.
What?
I don't know about that. Ugh.
Oh, man. We're starting some stuff this morning, apparently.
You're giving us bad news with your lemon cupcake love. How about the weather? It's cold. Is it going to get warmer?
It is very cold, and it's a little bit frosty out there, so you are going to be needing to defrost your windshields this morning. We are starting to see some clouds increasing in the sky already. We did see some of those clear out earlier this morning. Now we are starting to see a little bit of a sunrise out there as well. Now we are dry. We'll be staying dry for the daytime hours today, but we do have another system bringing us some precipitation as we get into tonight. But before we get into tonight, we do need to bundle up this morning. Air temperatures are currently sitting right around the mid-20s. So again, freezing cold out there, and it feels even colder. We do have some lighter winds, about 10 miles per hour, making it feel like we have temperatures in the upper teens. So again, very cold out there for this morning, although overall today should be a little bit warmer. Locally nice and dry. Our dog walkers forecast dog of the day is Andy, and Andy says stay warm and cozy this morning. Maybe just stay inside, skip that walk, and stay bundled up in the blankets a little bit longer, as it is, again, very cold. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you so much for that update, Christy. Well, we talked about it yesterday in our Sunrise Spotlight segment as Monday marked the second annual Cultivate Kindness Day. Sorry, Hannah, go ahead.
The day is in remembrance of Mackenzie Lloyd, who died in a car accident 3 years ago. In her memory, the Cultivate Kindness organization was born with the sole purpose being to celebrate life and spread kindness in unique ways.
And that's exactly what they did to celebrate what would have been Mackenzie's 30th birthday yesterday. The co-founders of the organization, along with friends and family, spread joy by delivering Christmas cards to nursing homes, goodies to law enforcement officers, and gifts to children who have had to leave their homes abruptly.
Now, while their work was on display for Cultivate Kindness Day, they work year-round to do similar good deeds on a regular basis.
To learn more about how you can donate or just get involved, visit our website, WNKY.com, and learn more.
Now let's get a look at our national headlines this morning with Josh Short. Josh, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tej and Hannah. Well, it's official. Joe Biden will become the next president of the United States after the election results were formalized by the Electoral College yesterday. The process is a constitutionally mandated ritual that requires electors in every state and Washington, D.C. to cast votes that decides who wins the office. Biden captured the win by securing 306 electoral votes, clearing the 270 needed to win the White House. President Trump finished with 232 electoral votes. The votes will be counted in a joint session of Congress on January 6th, and Biden and Vice President-elect Harris will be sworn in on January 20th. Elsewhere around the country, Attorney General William Barr will leave his position later this month. The announcement comes not long after Barr said there was no widespread fraud in the 2020 election. contradicting the president, who has made constant claims of voter fraud. In his resignation letter, Barr said he was, quote, proud to have played a role in the many successes and unprecedented achievements President Trump delivered for the American people. His last day on the job will be December 23rd. Deputy Attorney General Jeff Rosen will become acting Attorney General. In COVID-related news today, the United States has now seen 300,000 people die from complications related to the coronavirus. The new death total comes on the heels of the week that saw a new daily record for deaths in the country. In total, more than 16 million Americans have been infected with the virus. The news of the grim milestone comes as the nation began the rollout of its first vaccine. That includes right here in South Central Kentucky, where vaccines have already been administered to a select few frontline healthcare workers. Coming up later on in the show, hear from the very first individual to receive the vaccine at MedCenter Health. But before that, let's send it back to Tej and Hannah for a look at what's coming up next.
Thank you so much, Josh. And coming up, a look at some stories trending this morning, including this video that's gotten viral of a man climbing on the wing of a plane. We'll tell you how he got there and what happened next.
But first, let's take a live look outside right now. Today will be dry and cool, but we've got a chance for snow tomorrow. Christy will bring us our full forecast right after this quick commercial break.
Welcome back to SoKY Sunrise. The time is now 6:08 a.m. A live look outside, and we are seeing a little bit of sunshine, but those clouds are quickly increasing for us once again today, so it is going to be another mostly cloudy day overall. We are starting to see a nice little sunrise out there in those clouds as well. Now, it's very cold, so you will need to give yourself a few minutes to defrost your windshields and warm up your car. The air temperature outside is sitting in the mid-20s this morning, but it's feeling a little bit cooler than that, so you'll definitely have to bundle up in that winter gear. We do have a northeasterly wind of about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and we are looking at that, making it feel like temperatures are sitting in the upper teens across south central Kentucky. So again, very cold throughout this morning, but we are going to be a little bit warmer than we were yesterday as we head into this afternoon, despite having a lot of cloud cover. Locally, nice and dry on our radar. Now, we are seeing the system starting to approach us, so we are going to be eventually seeing some rain as we get into later tonight. But ahead of the system, we are seeing that cloud cover already beginning to increase this morning. Overall, mostly cloudy as we head throughout the entire day today. Then as we get into tonight, could be starting to see a few sprinkles about 9 p.m. But really, as we get into the middle of the night tonight, starting about 2 a.m. is when we're really going to begin to see those scattered rain showers moving across south central Kentucky. And that will be continuing throughout your Wednesday morning. As we get into Wednesday afternoon, that precipitation starts to taper off a little bit for us. And that's right around the time that we would be seeing a changeover from rain into a mix and even some snow flurries. But again, that's about the time the precipitation ends. So not looking at anything in terms of accumulation. So that's good news in terms of travel, but I guess bad news if you're a snow lover. You're probably only going to be seeing a few flakes fluttering through the sky later in the afternoon hours tomorrow, but nothing accumulating for us. As we head into Thursday, nice and dry, seeing some of those clouds starting to break apart for us. Should be seeing some more sunshine out there for your Friday. As we get into Friday, we are going to be seeing more of a southerly wind flow starting to influence us. So we'll start to be on a little bit of a warming trend, a little bit warmer as we continue to head into the day on your Saturday. Now, Saturday, we are also going to be starting to see a disturbance moving through, which is going to be bringing us a couple of isolated showers here and there. As we head throughout the day today, that cloud cover really begins to increase for us and continues increasing. We are going to be seeing high temperatures, still able to warm up into the lower 40s, though, despite having a lot of cloud cover today again. As we get into tonight, those clouds keep us a little bit warmer in the mid-30s, and that rain starts to move in, really impacting us the second half of the night tonight. Rain continues throughout your Wednesday morning. Towards later Wednesday afternoon, could be seeing a few of those snowflakes out there, but again, not looking at anything in terms of accumulation. Dry for your Thursday and Friday, starting to warm up a little bit more. Friday will be in the upper 40s. And then as we head into this weekend, in next week, sitting right around the lower 50s, and a few rain showers on Saturday, but dry for your Sunday and Monday. Now let's check in with Tej and Hannah for a look at what's trending.
Thanks so much, Christy. Now on to some things trending this morning, like she just said. Tej, what's first?
Well, the Hubble Space Telescope turned 30 years old this year, and to celebrate, NASA released 30 never-before-seen images of the wonders of space. The pictures show galaxies, star clusters, and nebulae, the plural of nebula, all of which are visible from a home telescope. They're part of a collection called the Caldwell Catalog. The Hubble Space Telescope has been capturing dazzling images like these since it was launched into space in April of 1990. You can see dozens more images and learn the science behind them by visiting NASA's website.
Now, this next story also involves space and flight. Now, sort of. A man in Las Vegas has gone viral after climbing onto the wing of a plane right before it was set to take off. As you can imagine, this was quite the jarring sight to see out of the window of an airplane. A spokesperson for the Vegas area airport said he had hopped a fence, and the man can be seen laying down, crawling, and walking on the wing. And at one point, he's seen even trying to climb up on the wing's end. Police and airport officials eventually noticed and got him down, taking him into custody, and asked for the plane and went back to the gate for a full inspection before taking off in its regularly scheduled flight.
It's gotta be scary if you're on that plane as a passenger.
Yeah, I usually sit by the wing, so I'd probably look over and not know how to react.
You'd look over, you'd be shocked. You'd be like, what's happening?
I'd be like, what's going on?
Now for our next trending story. It's official. The Cleveland Indians released a statement yesterday afternoon saying the organization has begun the process of changing its name. The biggest development out of yesterday's announcement, however, is that the team will continue to be called the Indians next season. The team said the process will take some time to move to a non-Native American-based name for the franchise. In the announcement, Cleveland said they've been studying the issue since July, looking at how the name affected different fans. Owner Paul Dolan says that after discussions with Native American people and civic leaders about the impact the team's name was having on the community, he felt it was time to change. The team has been known as the Cleveland Indians since 1915.
All right, everybody, stay right where you are. We're talking about picky eating in our all-new Living Well segment right after this quick commercial break.
Welcome back to SoKY Sunrise. Picky eating is common among young children, especially for those on the autism spectrum.
And many parents know that meals can be even more challenging during the holidays when new food is often introduced. In today's Living Well, Mandy Gaither has 4 tips to help keep the peace at the dinner table.
Fruits and veggies are an important part of any diet, but getting your children to eat them isn't always easy.
We know that between the ages of 2 and 6 are when picky eating is at its height.
Dr. William Sharp, director of the Marcus Autism Center's feeding program at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, says around 90% of children with autism have some sort of food-related issue, from sensory to sameness.
So the foods that children with autism, especially in the United States, are gravitating toward are processed foods that look the same, taste the same from bite to bite, from serving to serving.
And that's not good for a child's health. Dr. Sharp says parents of any picky eater should set realistic expectations, give small portions of a new food so it's not overwhelming, add only 1 new food per meal. If the child can talk, give them options.
We've got 3 vegetables here. Which one would you like to have on your plate this holiday?
Finally, celebrate success.
If a child tries 1 bite of a green bean, we'd say celebrate that, and the next time you present a green bean, 1 bite would be the expectation. And then after the child's shown multiple times that 1 bite of green bean is not that challenging, move to 2 bites, but don't move from 1 green bean to an entire bowl of green beans.
For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Thank you so much, Mandy. And Dr. Sharp also says that if your picky eater loses weight, has nutritional deficiency, or is interrupting daily life at home, it's time to seek out care from a doctor.
Well, that'll do it for today's Living Well. Coming up next, we've got an all-new SoKY's Choice. And Tage, where'd you take us this week?
Well, we're heading to the NCM Motorsports Park to show you a fun family outing for the holiday season. We'll have all the details after this quick commercial break. Welcome back to SoKY Sunrise.
Families across our region have been looking for COVID-safe ways to have some holiday fun.
So in this week's SoKY's Choice, we are showing you a fun drive-through light experience called Twinkle at the Track. Twinkle at the Track is back for year 2, and this year the track over at the NCM Motorsports Park is once again filled with over 1 million LED lights depicting various holiday characters and other eye-catching visuals. And they've upped their game since last year, adding new scenes like the Christmas in Space series that features a rocket reindeer and an airborne Santa. Also, they've added to their collection of LED vehicles. Now, of course, they still feature some of last year's signature displays like this final mesmerizing tunnel.
You kind of forget that you're driving. It feels like you're kind of just floating through space with all the lights.
And it's not just the dazzling lights that make the track a great destination for families this holiday season. You see, the experience is also full of Christmas sounds, as the track has its own holiday music radio station. And families never having to leave their own car as they tour the track is another great bonus considering the ongoing pandemic.
Yeah, we're very fortunate that COVID did not affect this experience. It's actually very COVID friendly. You get to stay in your car for the entire experience.
And I even hopped in my car to take in some of the wonderful views, some of which got me pretty excited. So this part is really exciting. It's a bunch of bows that are basically a tunnel that you drive through. Here, take a look. Oh, look at that. There's so many lights. I continue to enjoy the lights as I approach that final color-changing tunnel. This is my absolute favorite part of Twinkle at the track. We're in the final tunnel. Look at all these lights changing colors, flashing. It's like the coolest tunnel of all time. And driving through it was so enjoyable that I couldn't quite bring myself to leave the track. Now, driving through these lights was just so magical. I had to experience the wonder one more time. This time on foot is just so much to take in. Now, when you come to the track, don't do this, don't get out on foot. We took special precautions to make sure there was no cars coming behind me. With the lights of the track visible from the interstate, the NCM Motorsports Park team hopes to attract both highway travelers and locals to see the lights. But regardless of where you're from, it should make for a great family outing.
It's just a good family fun event. You know, you can social distance, you can sit in the car and listen to music and just have a good time and, you know, just look at the lights and enjoy the company with each other.
Thanks for watching this week's SoKY's Choice. Now, the track will be open for the rest of the holiday season, and for specific information on their hours and special events, you can go to our website, WNKY.com, and click on the story. Just wait for as soon as our show ends.
Tage, I have two issues with the package. It was great, it was beautiful. First, you drove with no hands for like half of the package, I'm pretty sure. You must be a very skilled driver.
We were going about 5 miles an hour as we tore through the lights, driving nice and slowly. And listen, well, I talk with my hands. I'm a hand talker, so.
Very obvious. The second, when you got out of the car, you told other people not to do it.
We took very special precautions. We had a little cone out there to block traffic up just for a minute there, so yes.
Well, I'm glad you were safe.
No, I'm still here. I'm still perfectly safe. Anyways, but yes, Twinkle at the Track is a fun place. So many beautiful lights. I'm not kidding. That tunnel at the end genuinely mesmerized me.
It is really pretty. I can kind of see it off the side of the road.
We'll be right back with more SoKY Sunrise after this quick commercial break.
Live from the German American Bank Studio in downtown Bowling Green, this is SoKY Sunrise on WNKY NBC 40.
Welcome back to SoKY Sunrise. The time is now 6:27 a.m.
Coming up later on this morning, we're honoring Patty Minter as today's hidden hero.
But first, let's get another check at our forecast with meteorologist Christy Stewart. Christy, it's cold outside this morning, isn't it?
It is freezing cold. Make sure that you do bundle up, and you'll need a few extra minutes to defrost your windows and warm up your cars before you head anywhere. But at least we are seeing a nice little sunrise out there. Clouds are starting to increase, though, for us, so today's going to be another mostly cloudy day. Temperatures are currently sitting in the mid-20s across south central Kentucky, but it feels a little bit colder than that. We have a northeast wind of 10 miles per hour, so it's making it feel like temperatures are in the upper teens. So definitely make sure that you are bundling up in a few different layers throughout this morning. We'll be warming up a little bit later on today. Locally nice and dry, but we are seeing these clouds increasing from our next approaching system, which will be bringing us rain starting later tonight. But today, nice and dry, and we are going to be able to see those temperatures climbing into the lower 40s. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Christy. Well, the performances are in, and now we wait.
That's right. The 5 finalists on The Voice made their final performances last night, each singing a cover song and an original. NBC's Mark Barger has some of their post-show reaction.
Team Blake's Jim Ranger provided a rousing wrap-up to The Voice semifinals. putting his own spin on a Beatles classic.
I am exhausted. It was everything, man.
Thoughts of his young daughter inspired Team Blake's second finalist, Ian Flanagan, as he sang the original tune, Never Learn.
I just had her in my mind, and I know that if I'm singing with the right intention, no matter what the results are, it won't matter because it'll be authentic.
The night's only female finalist, Des, moved her coach, Kelly Clarkson, to tears with her performance of the original Holy Ground.
And for her to be emotionally moved by what I did lets me know that what I'm doing it earnestly, I'm doing it honestly, and I'm doing it sincerely.
Team Legends John Holliday tackled the Beyonce classic Halo, but only after being convinced by his coach.
I talked to him for an hour. I was like, I'm not singing this song. I don't think I can sing it. He was like, you're going to sing it because I think that you are going to sound beautiful on it. No one can sing this song like you.
15-year-old Carter Rubin said he was singing as much for his coach as himself as he took on a Miley Cyrus hit.
If I had a motive to win, it's definitely to get Gwen her first big win.
For Rubin or one of his fellow finalists, the boy's crown is just hours away. Mark Barger, NBC News.
Thank you so much for that recap, Mark. Now, the show wraps up with a 2-hour finale tonight, starting at 8 p.m. Central Time.
And if you missed last night's show, there's a condensed version, and it's an hour-long recap starting at 7 tonight.
All right, everybody, stay with us. We've got much more SoKY Sunrise to come after this quick commercial break.
Welcome back to SoKY Sunrise. Now, Christy, I have a quick question for you. Have you ever put I think you have, put Nikita in like a costume or outfit?
So I have for Halloween, and then back in Penn State, I would put like some sweaters on her when it got really cold. What about you?
Well, Skittles, I tried to put them on her like really early on so that she got used to them, but my wedding's this weekend, so we got her a tutu. We went back and forth on whether we should just do like a bandana or a full-on outfit, and I think we're gonna go with the tutu.
Okay, that's gonna be really cute, and I'm just happy that your dog is gonna be part of the wedding.
I know, hopefully,
that's so cute.
Hopefully she doesn't jump on anyone or go bonkers. We're gonna try and get her out of the way before
Do you have a special role for her?
She's the ring, and I always mess with this word. I think it's barrier, ring bearer.
Yeah. That's gonna be so cute.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Hopefully she stays on the path, like down the aisle, and doesn't stray.
Now, I know it's cold today, so is that gonna continue?
It will be chilly throughout the day today, but I know that your wedding is this weekend on Saturday, so it's going to be nicer for that, although you might have to dodge a couple of showers. So hopefully Skittles is okay with maybe getting a sprinkle on her. But live look outside of our Smiths Grove Tower Cam for this morning. We are seeing those clouds really increasing for us, but we are seeing a little bit of color in the sky, a nice little sunrise off in the distance. It's very cold, so you are going to be needing to bundle up in that winter gear for this morning. The current air temperature is sitting in the mid-20s, but we are a little bit breezy. We do have a northeasterly wind of about 5 to 15 miles per hour, so that's making it feel colder outside. Feels like temperatures are sitting in the upper teens. So again, bundle up and give yourself a few extra minutes to defrost your cars. I did see a lot of frost on windshields as I was driving into work this morning. Locally, we are dry, but we are seeing these clouds increasing from an approaching system that will be bringing us some rain later on. So clouds will be continuing to increase throughout this morning, keeping us mostly cloudy for the day today. Despite that cloud cover, we are going to be a little bit warmer than yesterday. High temperatures should be able to climb into the lower 40s ahead of this approaching system. And then we'll be seeing some sprinkles starting for us as we get into later tonight. So starting about 9 p.m. is when it looks like we could start to see a few sprinkles, but really the main event is going to begin for us later tonight about 2 a.m. starting to really see that scattered rain shower activity. That continues throughout all of your Wednesday morning. Towards Wednesday afternoon, this activity starts to taper off a little bit, but also towards Wednesday afternoon is when we're going to be seeing a transition into some snow flurries. So because we're going to be seeing that transition to snow right about the time that precipitation will be ending for south central Kentucky, I'm not too concerned with us seeing anything at all in terms of accumulation. Maybe just a few flurries fluttering through the sky primarily, but doesn't look like anything accumulating on the ground. So that's good news for us for traveling purposes. is, but if you're a fan of the snow, I guess that's not the greatest news to hear. You'll just have to wait a little bit longer to see some more snow here in south central Kentucky. We should be nice and dry by the time that we head into your Thursday. Should be starting to see some of those clouds breaking apart. A little bit more sunshine for your Friday, and Friday we start to see more of a southerly wind flow. So we are going to be able to begin on a little bit of a warming trend as we head throughout the day on your Friday and continuing into Saturday. Now Saturday we do have a little disturbance moving through, so that could be bringing us a few isolated showers here and there, but right now it doesn't look like a ton of rain. For the day today, those clouds are continuing to quickly increase for us, but we should be able to be a little bit warmer. High temperatures about 43 degrees. We stay dry throughout the day today, but as we get into tonight, starting to see that rain really moving in, especially after about 2 a.m. Because we'll be staying mostly cloudy and with some rain, those overnight lows only drop down into the mid-30s. As we head into the day tomorrow, throughout the morning hours rain, but right at the tail end of this precipitation could be seeing a switch over to snow, but again, not looking at anything in terms of accumulation. Nice and dry for your Thursday and Friday, a little bit warmer Friday in the upper 40s, the low 50s this weekend with a couple of showers possible on Saturday. Now it's time to clear the shelters. Let's meet our sleepy pet of the day.
Hey everybody, Tej here once again at the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society. It is time again for our Pet of the Day segment, and our pet today is Pumpkin. She's about a 4-year-old cat here, and I can tell you can probably tell from her looks, but I can also tell you she's a little bit timid and a little bit shy, and that's because she was actually surrendered here to the Humane Society because she didn't get along with other cats, and right now they've got her in the room, the cat room, where she's hoping to be adopted. So you should come on down here to the shelter, play with her a little bit, and take her home, because I can just tell she's dying to get out of here and into a brand new home where she can lounge around and be the only cat in the house. So if you don't have a cat right now and you're looking for your very first one, Pumpkin may be the ideal candidate for you. Come down here, play with her, and take her home. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Welcome back to SoKY Sunrise. Joining us this morning is Jim Steen with Morris Jewelry and Brad Tabor, the lead singer with the Josephines, a local band. And we're talking about some exciting stuff today that they are collaborating, working together to raise some money for the community. Before we get to all the details though, how are you guys doing? Excited to be on the show today?
Good, yeah. Thanks for having us.
So we're talking about something that's very exciting. I already teased it a little bit. Tell me what BG Forward is, Jim. Why don't you kind of give me the details of what exactly you guys founded?
So last Monday, we're in this about a week and a half. Mr. Jim Sears and I, we worked together at Morris Jewelry, and we started talking about how we can help out local families and pay their utility bills. There's a lot of folks out there that need a little help this year, especially, and we came up with the idea to run it through Downtown BG Happenings Instagram page, which is something that we created earlier this year. And we have come up with BG Forward, and it's a program that we're soliciting donations from local businesses, downtown businesses, Bowling Green businesses, individuals, things like that. So trying to get as much money as we can, and in turn pay BGMU bills with that money. 100% of the money goes to BGMU for separate families, addresses, whatnot.
It's great to see the work that you guys are doing and helping the community by raising that money, but of course, you know, soliciting from local businesses and local individuals, it's tough to really fundraise, and that's where Brad and the Josephines come in. They make fundraising a lot easier because they're putting on a live stream happening at Morris Jewelry to help those donations start flowing in. So, Brad, first tell me, why is this something that you wanted to get involved in with Jim, helping raise money for people's utility bills?
Well, as silly as this may seem these days, it just seems very obvious, doesn't it? I mean, we wouldn't have, you know, a quarter of what we're doing right now if it wasn't for the community in Bowling Green. And that includes, I mean, everybody, you know. Every year we try and do something. Last year we participated in can drive and did a couple grocery spots for people. This year, this seemed, I mean, we trust Jim. We like Jim. Jim's a buddy of ours, and he approached us. And also, you know, we hadn't been able to play music much this year, so just playing, you know, a 3-piece inside Morris sounds like a pretty good time, doesn't it?
It does sound like a good time. And though, for those who may not be familiar with the Josephines, Brad, maybe give me a little hint. What kind of music are you guys going to be playing? Going to be original stuff, and really, what kind of What genre are you guys?
We're like a country rock band. I think for all intents and purposes, we've been called a lot of things, but we'll say rock and roll. But we're gonna do a 3-piece. Alex Lindsay, Zach Lindsay, myself are gonna go in and play some acoustic songs. It's all our material, you know. And we're just going to kind of make it a nice, intimate setting. We may even have a Christmas song or two. I doubt it, but we might.
Oh, you're keeping us in some suspense there with the Christmas song. Now,
not going to, but we might. Gotta keep guessing.
That's fun. Now, let's talk about the really important part here. You guys are raising this money, obviously, to help those who are in need. So if someone's watching right now and they themselves or they know somebody who's in need of help with their utility bills, Jim, how can they get in touch with you guys, maybe get on the list of people who can get some help from you?
So it's super easy. You basically go to the Instagram page, BG Downtown Happenings. You can submit through our messaging. You can direct message us that way. We're keeping all the folks that are submitted, keeping those private, obviously. But you go there. You can also make submissions through downtownbghappenings@gmail.com. So our email that's set up. We've formed a committee to be able to use those. We've got 2 places we've got to go. We'll create a spreadsheet of all the folks that have been submitted that may need some help this year. And the committee is going to go through and oversee all the money that comes in, oversee how the donations are paid, and we are going to do that. The committee meets on the 20th of December after the Josephine show. We're hoping the Josephine show, the live stream inside Moore Story, is going to be huge. So,
and Jim, I agree with you. I think that live stream will be huge, and I think you guys are going to get lots of donation money in, and I'm glad to see all the work you guys are doing in the community. We are just about out of time. Thank you both so much for joining us today, and everybody, stay tuned. We've got more SoKY Sunrise coming up after this quick commercial break.
Welcome back to SoKY Sunrise. State Representative Patty Minter was recently elected a second term, representing much of Warren County and the city of Bowling Green.
But before she became an elected official, she was fighting for civil rights for the LGBTQ community. And today we're honoring her as a hidden hero.
For 27 years, I've been teaching in the Department of History at Western Kentucky University. And I teach American legal history, I teach civil rights, I teach human rights, and that has been the work of my life as a faculty member, and it's become the work of my life as a community activist and as a lawmaker. I'm one of the founding members of Bowling Green Fairness, and we've been working to pass a fairness ordinance here in Bowling Green. It would do nothing more than give everyone the same equal rights that should belong to us all. But a fairness ordinance simply says that you cannot discriminate against somebody because of their sexual orientation, because of who they are, or who they love, or who they are perceived to be. Because a lot of people don't realize that it's perfectly legal to discriminate against somebody because you think they might be part of the LGBTQ community. When Representative Jody Richards retired after a storied career, many people encouraged me to get into the race, not just to work for fairness, but to take the advocacy skills that I had built as a member of the WKU Board of Regents. I was an elected faculty regent for 7 years. I wanted to make sure that everyone's voices were heard. As faculty regent, I stood up for faculty and staff and students. Whether you're a community activist or a state representative, you need to listen to the people that you represent and use what you've got to lift up their voices, to work with the people in the community, to stand beside them, and make sure their voices are heard in the seats of power.
Now, if you know someone who we should recognize as a hidden hero, reach out to us by visiting WNKY.com.
Time now for the look at our forecast with meteorologist Christy Stewart. Christy, has it gotten any warmer out, or is it still just freezing cold out there?
Maybe by a degree, but you're not going to be noticing it. So it's still very cold out there. Grab all the layers for this morning as it is freezing cold, and you'll want to warm up your cars especially. We do have some clouds that are starting to increase for us throughout this morning. We do have a nice little sunrise off in the distance as well. Current air temperature sitting in the mid-20s. So again, very cold outside. It's feeling even colder since we do have a northeasterly wind of about 5 to 15 miles per hour. It's making it feel like temperatures are in the upper teens. So again, bundle up in those layers throughout this morning. We'll be a little bit warmer as we get into this afternoon. Locally nice and dry. We'll be able to stay dry today, just continuing to see that cloud cover increasing this morning, staying mostly cloudy for today. High temperatures are going to be able to warm up into the lower 40s. Stay right where you are. We'll be back with everything else that's trending in a couple minutes.
Welcome back to SoKY Sunrise. It's time for a look at some more stories that are trending this morning.
And Jeremy Roth takes us out east for some fun stories. Take a look.
Help! I'm stuck in a stroller. That's the title of this story that unfolded in New Jersey when a little girl found herself in a sticky situation. Little Nina Salette loves playing with her baby doll toy stroller, but her mother was forced to call for backup when Nina got tangled up in the stroller.
I tried for like about 20 minutes. It didn't work, so I thought, why not call our police department? They're always here to help.
A pair of Paramus police officers arrived and kept Nina calm while they surveyed the problem. After they were able to gently break her free, Nina was adorably grateful.
You're very welcome. Their first words were incredible. It was, thank you so much. You know, not only is she grateful, she's polite.
The officers felt bad about breaking Nina's toy, so they returned later on with a brand new one.
That's a true hero. I'm thankful.
The look on her face when you give her, you know, a replacement toy, it was like, you know what? 2020 wasn't so bad for me at the end.
It is the season of giving, especially for those in need, and this holiday season, the Salvation Army will be fearless. Wall Street's bronze Fearless Girl statue got a holiday makeover to send an important message. The Salvation Army says this year's collections are especially critical in light of the pandemic. The organization was forced to deploy less donation kettles, so they're encouraging people to give more. If you want to visit this famous fearless icon to make your donation, you can't miss her. She's the one dressed as a bell ringer staring down the New York Stock Exchange. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Now we are going to send it over to Josh Short for our latest COVID-19 update. Josh?
Thank you, Tej and Hannah. Well, yesterday was a historic day around the country and right here in South Central Kentucky as the first round of frontline healthcare workers received the COVID-19 vaccine. At MedCenter Health, Dr. William Moss was the first person to receive the shot. He was one of 5 that got the first round of the vaccine yesterday, and we had a chance to speak with him on one about his experience. He said the process was just like any other vaccine he's received before. You fill out the paperwork, get the shot, and then it's over. He said it was a bittersweet day for him as he remembered his late colleague, infectious disease specialist, Dr. Rebecca Shadowin.
I kind of felt a great deal of sadness because I know in the seat that I was sitting that Dr. Shadowin would have been there. And so it's been bittersweet knowing that she's led this fight. I know she's looking down on us and smiling today, but it's a great day for us all, it really is.
More staff at the Med Center are expected to receive the vaccine today. Long-term care facility patients will also begin receiving it soon. Following the announcement of the first vaccinations in the state, Governor Beshear reported just over 1,800 new positive cases of COVID-19 in the Bluegrass to go along with 17 new deaths. Beshear marked yesterday as, quote, the beginning of the end of COVID-19, saying it was the most exciting day the state has seen since March when all of this began. Since March 6th, the state has seen over 224,000 confirmed cases and over 2,200 people die. And taking a deeper dive into the latest update locally, keep in mind these numbers are a 3-day total since the Barron River District Health Department doesn't provide updates on the weekend. Warren County added the most, upping that total by 137. Meanwhile, sometime later this week, Simpson County will likely become the 5th county in our region to exceed the 1,000 case mark as they sit just 13 away as of this report. Well, that'll do it for me this morning, but my day isn't over yet. Be sure to watch SoKY at noon later today while I'll bring you some more local and national headlines. That's over on WNKY CBS 40. But don't go away just yet. Christy still has one last look at the forecast next.
Welcome back. Tomorrow on SoKY Sunrise, we are showing off the tastes and flavors of the Dog Pound and their massive hot dogs. Plus, we'll have an update on their new location and hours, that feature and much more tomorrow right here on WNKY NBC 40.
But before we wrap up today's show, let's get another look at our forecast with Christy Stewart.
Thank you guys. Those hot dogs looked pretty good, but today it's a very chilly day out there, although we should be a little bit warmer. High temperatures reach into the low 40s. Mostly cloudy. We stay dry today, but we'll be seeing rain moving in, especially later tonight, continuing throughout Wednesday morning. Wednesday afternoon could be seeing a transition into some snow flurries, but that's right when our precipitation ends, so not looking at anything in terms of accumulation. We'll be dry for your Thursday and Friday, a little bit warmer Friday in the upper 40s, then we'll be in the lower 50s as we head throughout the weekend into next week. Saturday, disturbance could be bringing us a few isolated showers, but doesn't look like a ton of rain, and then dry by Sunday into Monday. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Christy. Now, a little earlier in the show, we saw the story about that little girl getting stuck in a stroller. So, do you have any scary horror stories of getting stuck in something, Hannah?
I haven't, but I have big fears of getting stuck in stuff. I feel like I get claustrophobic easy. I know at Mammoth Cave, there's a part where like it's really,
narrow.
closed. Yeah. Have you ever gotten stuck at anything?
Well, nothing other than just like an elevator, but I can tell you those experiences are pretty scary. Stuck in a skyscraper in New York once, an elevator, not a good experience. Well, thank you all so much for joining us today. We look forward to having you back with us tomorrow. Everybody stay tuned. The Today Show starts right now.